Hello, dear viewers and fellow drama enthusiasts. Welcome back to the TV Days Drama Digest channel, your ultimate hub for all things scandalous, suspenseful, and downright shocking in the world of Salem's endless intrigue. I'm your host, diving deep into the twisted tales of days of our lives, where alliances shatter like fragile glass, secrets fester in the shadows, and absolutely no Oni is ever truly who they seem. Today, we're peeling back the layers of a mystery that's got the entire fandom buzzing like a hive of angry bees. We're talking about EJ Dimera, that suave, scheming powerhouse who's always one step ahead, and his alleged role in the vanishing act of his own brother, Tony Dimera. But hold on to your seats, because this isn't just a simple disappearance, you know. This could be the tip of an iceberg leading to something far more sinister: experiments on the living. To conquer death itself, is EJ using Tony, and perhaps even Dimitri, as guinea pigs in a mad quest to revive the dead? Could the Dimera legacy be resurrected in the most literal sense? Join us as we unravel this web of deception piece by piece, and speculate on what horrors or miracles might await. Buckle up, Salem fans, this is going to be a wild ride. Let's set the stage properly, shall we? For those who might be new to the chaotic symphony that is Days of Our Lives, the Dimera family is the beating heart of villainy in Salem. EJ Dimera, played with that irresistible mix of charm and menace by the incomparable Dampier Eagle, has always been a master manipulator. He's the kind of man who can flash a smile that disarms you while plotting your downfall. In the same breath, Tony Dimera, on the other hand, portrayed by the ever-charismatic Val Penlish, has been a fixture of intrigue, often caught between loyalty to his family and his own moral compass. And then there's Dimitri von Leuschner, that enigmatic figure who's tangled up in the Dimera web through marriage and mischief. Dimitri, with his brooding intensity, has been a wild card, especially after his whirlwind romance and the secrets he's harbored. But now, with Tony's sudden disappearance, the spotlight turns squarely on EJ. Is he the grieving brother or the architect of a grand, diabolical scheme? We're here to dissect every clue, every whisper, and every dramatic glance from the latest episodes, expanding on the rumors and building a case that's as compelling as it is chilling. First, let's rewind to the moment that sent shockwaves through Salem: Tony's inexplicable vanishing. It was a sunny day, or at least it seemed so on the surface, but beneath the calm waters of the Salem pier, something dark was brewing. Tony, ever the sophisticated gentleman, had been seen strolling along the beach, perhaps contemplating his next move in the endless Dimera power plays. Then, poof, gone. No trace, no ransom note. Just an eerie silence that echoed through the Dimera mansion like a ghost lament. Enter EJ, stepping forward with what appeared to be genuine concern. He reported to the authorities that Tony's phone had been discovered abandoned on the sandy shores, its location tracking feature mysteriously disabled. Who does that? In a world where everyone's glued to their devices, turning off tracking screams foul play. EJ didn't stop there. He took matters into his own hands, hiring a private investigator because, as he claimed, he couldn't trust the likes of Shane Donovan or Rafe Hernandez. Shane, with his ESA background and history of botched operations, and Rafe, the ever-diligent commissioner who's had his fair share of personal vendettasage, painted them as incompetent. But was it a smokescreen? Oh, the drama thickens when we consider Kat's phone call to Rafe. Kat Green, that fiery spirit who's no stranger to Salem's underbelly, reached out amid the chaos. She confided that EJ seemed authentically distraught about his brother's fate. If he had anything to do with it, she said, he played it pretty well. Played it pretty well? That's the understatement of the century. EJ Dimera is a thespian of the highest order, capable of summoning tears on command and feigning heartbreak. That could fool even the most seasoned detective. Imagine the scene: EJ pacing the opulent halls of the Dimera estate, his brow furrowed in mock agony, his voice cracking as he relays the news. But beneath that polished exterior, could there be a cold, calculating mind at work? We're not just speculating here. We're building a narrative based on the breadcrumbs the show has left us. EJ's history is riddled with betrayal. Remember his manipulations with Sammy, his ruthless business dealings, his willingness to cross any line for power, pretending to grieve while orchestrating the disappearance? It's not just possible, it's classic EJ. Now, let's pivot to the most tantalizing clue of all: the ominous delivery overseen by Gwen Rizzo. Gwen, with her sharp wit and checkered past, has become an unwitting, perhaps witting player in this saga. Picture this: a large, rectangular box arrives at the Dimera doorstep, shrouded in mystery like a coffin from a gothic novel. Gwen, left alone with it, utters those chilling words: welcome home. Welcome home? To whom? The phrase hangs in the air like a dagger, dripping with implication. Is this box a vessel for something or someone far more sinister than a mere package? Our channel's been abuzz with theories, and we're diving deep into the most dramatic ones. Could it contain Tony himself, drugged and hidden away? Or perhaps Dimitri, who's been suspiciously absent from the spotlight lately? The size of the box large, rectangular evokes images of a sarcophagus, a container for the undead. Or worse, a lab experiment gone awry. This is where things get truly explosive, folks. We at TV Days Drama Digest believe EJ's motives run deeper than a simple family feud. What if EJ is using Tony for research purposes? Think about it, the DiMera family has a long, sordid history with mad science. Stefano DiMera, the patriarch himself, was obsessed with immortality, brainwashing, and resurrection. He faked his death how many times? Countless. And Andre, Tony's alter ego of sorts, was a master of disguise and deception. Could EJ be channeling that legacy? Experimenting on his brother to unlock the secrets of reviving the dead? Imagine EJ in a hidden lab beneath the mansion, surrounded by beeping machines, flickering monitors, and vials of glowing serums. Tony, strapped to a table, his eyes wide with betrayal as EJ whispers, "This is for the family." Brother. For eternity, dramatic? Absolutely. But in Salem, where people rise from the grave more often than they change outfits, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Expanding on this, let's consider Dimitri's role. Dimitri von Leuschner, with his European flair and tangled loyalties, could be the perfect counterpart. What if EJ's plan involves transforming these men into echoes of the past? Tony turning into Andreo, the irony. Andre was always the darker side of Tony, the one who embraced the DiMera ruthlessness without apology. Picture Tony awakening from whatever induced coma EJ has him in, his personality shifted, his memories twisted. He looks in the mirror and sees Andre staring back cold, calculating, ready to reclaim the empire. And Dimitri? Could he be molded into Stefano reincarnate? Stefano, the phoenix rising from the ashes time and again. Dimitri's already got the brooding intensity with a little research. He could become the ultimate DiMera heir, immortal and unstoppable. EJ's purpose? To build an army of the undead, loyal only to him, ensuring the DiMera dynasty endures forever. The stakes couldn't be higher: life, death, legacy all hanging by a thread. But let's not get ahead of ourselves without examining the evidence more closely. Rewind to EJ's press conference, or rather, his calculated appearance before the Salem PD. He stood there, impeccably dressed in his tailored suit. His voice steady but laced with just enough emotion to sell the story. "My brother's phone was found on the beach," he announced, holding up the device like a trophy of tragedy. The tracking off, how convenient. In a town where everyone tracks everyone else looking at you, Brady and Chloe. This screams sabotage. And hiring a private eye? That's EJ sidestepping official channels, ensuring he controls the narrative. Shane Donovan, with his international spy credentials, could uncover too much. Rafe, dogged and determined, might sniff out the lies. No, EJ wants his own man on the job, someone who reports directly to him. Perhaps even plants false leads. Kat's call adds another layer of intrigue. Kat, who's navigated her own share of deceptions, observed EJ up close. He seemed genuinely worried. She told Rafe over the phone, her voice tinged with doubt. But is it genuine, or is EJ's acting Oscar-worthy? Recall his past performances, faking amnesia, orchestrating kidnappings, all while maintaining that poker face. If EJ is behind this, he's not just pretending, he's directing the entire play. And Gwen's involvement? Gwen, who's clawed her way through Salem's social ladder, overseeing that box. The delivery man hands it off and she's alone, the room dimly lit, shadows dancing on the walls. She approaches, her fingers trembling slightly as she murmurs, "Welcome home." Is it sarcasm? Relief? Or something more ominous? The box itself wooden, perhaps, or reinforced metal large enough for a body. In soap opera land, boxes like this never contain mundane items, they're portals to plot twists. Speculating further, let's imagine the scenarios unfolding. Scenario 1, the box holds Tony, alive but altered. EJ's research has made a serum derived from Stefano's old formulas, injected to enhance loyalty or erase memories. Tony emerges, but he's not the same. His eyes hold a glint of Andre's madness. He joins EJ's side, plotting against the Hortons and Brady's with renewed vigor. Scenario 2, it's Dimitri inside, captured after some off-screen skirmish. EJ sees potential in him, blood ties through marriage, a fresh vessel for Stefano's essence. Using advanced tech, because why not in Salem, EJ transfers consciousness, reviving the phoenix in a new form. Dimitri awakens, his voice deeper, his mannerisms echoing Stefano's infamous laugh. "Pawns in my game," he might say, channeling the old master. But why? What's EJ's endgame? Power, of course, but on a cosmic scale. Reviving the dead isn't just about family, it's about defying God, conquering mortality. Imagine the ripple effects: Salem in chaos as the undead rise. Old villains return, Vivian Alamein, perhaps, or even Princess Gina. The Harush John Marlena, romance scrambling to stop it. Dramatic confrontations in the DiMera crypt, lightning flashing as secrets are revealed. "You monster," someone shouts at EJ, but he smirks, "I'm a visionary." To make this even more detailed, let's explore the characters' backstories for context. EJ, son of Stefano, grew up in the shadow of genius and evil. He's died and returned himself shot, comatose, rebuilt. That experience could fuel his obsession with resurrection. Tony, presumed dead multiple times, knows the void. Dimitri, newer to the scene, brings fresh blood literally. Gwen's welcome home could be her complicity, maybe she's in on it, seeking revenge or alliance. As we wrap this deep dive out honestly, we could talk for hours. Let's pose the question to you. Our loyal viewers, do you think EJ's pretense will crumble? Will Tony and Dimitri emerge as twisted versions of Andre and Stefano? Is this the dawn of a new era of Demera dominance or just another red herring? Drop your theories in the comments below, like and subscribe for more breakdowns. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next episode. Until then, stay dramatic, Salem fans. This story is far from over.